Hi guys, welcome back. If any of you have been on my channel for a while, I did mention how I did a warm-up painting / drawing before I actually processed onto a piece of artwork, which is actually this one. I wanted to talk about it because actually physically talking about my artwork out loud, and also I can get some suggestions from you as well. My old art teacher used to tell me, if you haven't put the idea to rest, it means you haven't found a solution for it. And to be honest, that is completely correct in this situation. It is my pens and pots, and then I've got my cups. I do like some elements of it, but it's not finished. It is not at the end of the line where I can go, that's a finished piece. Now that still life is completely done and I'm happy with it, and then I can move on to my next project. For me, personally, when I look at this, I don't really like this side. I think it's because it's very hard to make three-dimensional and 2D. I think I just added it in to make it not just this single item here. It doesn't mean that I don't like it. I obviously do like some of the features, but for me that is just one of the key things I picked up on. I actually think this side could stand by itself. In saying that, I don't think having it in a square canvas is the right way either. I do have basically the same size canvas lengthways, but it's rectangular, so it's actually a 20 by 10 inches canvas, which I think would work so much better, because then I can use this as the main feature and then have anything in the background that isn't going to intrude very much, because I actually have, well, I have a grey back wall, but it's very easy to make a grey look darker than it is without actually using a lot of pigment. You can actually make it really light. The natural light that I get from my window is light, so it does influence the composition without making this look lost within a painting, should we say. I have found as well that a paintbrush does work better on this, and actually putting the marks and where points and bits are going to be are a lot easier when I mark it on with Watercolor First and then go over it, because one, if you just go straight on with all the paints, you've obviously got to wait for that to dry and then before going on top of it if it is a mistake. Whereas watercolor, you can kind of mark the canvas and then you can go over it straight away pretty much. With the oil paint, when you know that's exactly the fit in place. Also, to do with the canvas size, I feel like it's a bit squished, because obviously you can see, I don't know if you can see, like at the very bottom, I've actually had to cut a bit of it off because I wanted to fit in all these lovely bits of tools, because I think they're quite artistic. They actually make me want to name the final piece before I've actually got the final piece Artist's Flowers. They're so important. I don't know why that name sticks in my head. Sometimes I get the name before the artwork or the artwork before the name. It's just stuck in my head and I know exactly what I want to call it. In terms of colour palette, that composition there is actually really nice, because if I am to replicate this onto the other canvas, because I've got more space portrait wise rather than just a square canvas, it means I can actually make it true to life and it won't get lost. And I can also play around with the angles, so here you're looking at it straight on rather than from a downwards angle, which is actually what I want to do. Oil paints aside, I pretty much use Winsor & Newton, as I always do, because it is very well pigmented. This is just a normal cheap canvas as well, and I have used watercolour on the background. I wanted to try and give it a warm sense. These are actually very warm colours, with the minus of the greens, which actually balance out really well because they're quite cool colours. So it means it's not going to be overwhelming. But with that in mind, if I do add in the grey and the white tone from my actual artist studio, it will centralise it. What actually happens with warm and cool colours, the cool colours gradually go towards the back, making it more of a natural background, whereas the warm colours bring it forward. You can kind of see with here, these two items are actually, I want to say, mid-central to the rest of them. Even though they've got a couple of items that are behind it, they're actually quite far forward in the pot. But naturally, because they are a cool colour, they move backwards. That is one of the things that it is quite hard to tackle. Because it is a bigger canvas, I can elongate it a little bit more and actually make it true to size, and therefore, hopefully, it will be complete. and then I don't have to restart the canvas again. Normally in this situation, if I sort of know roughly the right size, I can make my own canvas, but at the moment I don't have any canvas or bits of wood that I can make out of it. But the canvas I do have, I do think it will be the right size. If it's not the end of the world. I can always cover it up and start again. Just a lot of trial and error, and then sometimes I just kind of stumble across the final piece and you go, oh, that's it, it's just there, it's that piece there. I hope you guys got the gist of what I was trying to say in this video. It might be a bit complicated because I know what I'm trying to say, but you haven't gone through the whole process. But I'm hoping that it has informed you in kind of the way I think about my artwork and how I get from point A to point B to eventually to point C, the finished piece. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel to see more videos like this, and also don't forget to check my links in my description box to see all my social medias and also my eBay selling account, which is where I sell all my artworks on my channel, as well as a couple of extras as well. But until next time, I shall see you guys later. Bye now.